Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Another line pumping video. What's happened to this channel? It's really going down the tubes. But I promise you, we're doing something really cool today. Really, really cool. So we do a fair bit of work with these guys. They do a lot of like skate parks, water features, things like that. We're gonna make a, I don't even know what you call this. Inverted half pipe out of concrete. So we're gonna spray that with shotcrete. Spray this little bit here too. It's a little slope curb area.
A little bit of a fun one, eh?
It's gonna be really cool. You're on camera. You know, yeah, it'll be something different. We'll film the process here, and I wish I could tell you more about this stuff, but I'm just kind of along for the ride here. This is kind of like a abstract, artistic, not super technical yet really technical kind of thing. But anyhow, I'll get strung out here. Easy one here, maybe 100 feet of 2-inch hose, 125. Whenever we do shotcrete, we just run all 2-inch line right off the back of the pump. Reason for that is if you run rubber, reduce down to 2-inch line, after that rubber, that first bit of rubber before your first reducer tends to swell a lot and it'll kick around a lot more, so you're better off just to run 2-inch right off the back end, or alternatively run hard line and then taper down, or with some of the big shotcrete boys around here do, the guys that do large volume, they actually run 2-inch diameter slick line, and these guys are doing 300-400 feet of line, pumping off 80 to 100 yards a day, so they know what they're doing. But for our application here, a load and a half of concrete, we're just going to run some 2-inch rubber and rock it out. All right, so what we have here on site is the holy grail of hopper chipping immunization. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. This mulch here, this topsoil, is phenomenal for throwing in the hopper underneath of that back bearing for an easy washout. So I'm going to toss a bucket of this stuff in there, and then I've got a half a bag of bentonite powder left over here that I will use to dust the walls of the hopper. Being that we're doing shotcrete today, we definitely want to have an easy washout. And while I'm here, look at the work these guys are doing. Absolutely beautiful. Perfection, that is. Excellent, excellent work. Toss our dirt in under the back bearing, just like so. Grate up here. Got some powdered bentonite here. Leftovers from my prime because I only use a half a bag. Let the hopper down. The hopper, so I have an easier washout.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just wet it down. It's like a layer of mud around the hopper. Just like that. I got a nice layer of slime all around the inside here, especially up in the corners there. Make for a nice, easy wash. Mwah. All right, so here we go. It's prime time. Throw this stuff right into this 2.5 inch to 2-inch reducer. I'll try and do this by myself here. Like so. Almost lost it there. Oh, now I'm getting the truck dirty. There we go. We'll save those clumps for the next job. All right, so we are all buttoned up, pinned up, chained up, safetied up, ready to go. It's prime time. Let's see what you got. you got on?
7 meters.
See a little more? Maybe give that the tiniest little blast, like 3 or 4 gallons. It's pretty close.
All right.
And then probably like every 2.5, 3 meters, we'll give it another couple gallons just to maintain it. But that's pretty close. Because they're doing quite the piece of vertical here. I want to keep this stuff nice and dry for them. So I think that'll be a good slump. We'll go with it. Here it comes. Beauty. I made that bentonite a little bit too thin. You can tell by that little bit of segregation there. A little thicker would be ideal. We are good. We are into good concrete. So for you, those of you who've never seen this process before, they have an air compressor under that orange tarp. Air line runs down to the nozzle at the end of the hose, and there's orifices in that nozzle that project the concrete at a high velocity towards the pour area. Now with this concrete mix, it's a really, really sticky mix, which is what allows it to cling to a vertical surface the way that it is. But it is really quite intricate the way that they go about spraying this stuff in. It is a fine art, I will say that. It's very, very cool to watch here. Alright, so here we are nearing the finish line. So what I'm actually going to do here, rather than blowing my lines out from the pump towards the pour and having to deal with the expulsion of air and the danger associated with that, I'm going to pump my hopper down real low as we get close to the end. I'm going to put my blowout cap on this end of the line. I'll put the pump stroking slowly in reverse. I'll apply about 20 to 30 pounds of air pressure to this end of the line. We'll put a sponge in and we'll push everything back into the hopper. And yeah, then we don't have any discharge of air to deal with once we're finished blowing the lines out. It's a little safer way to do it. Because I can wash out on site here, I'm not super concerned about the hopper being really full. If I was having to drive somewhere else to wash out, obviously I'd like to get the hopper as low as possible, and I might choose the conventional method of blowing out towards the pour area. But today we're going to do it that way. All right, so we're pretty much done here. I got lots in the hopper, more than enough to finish off what they need to do over there. They only need another 7 or 8 strokes and they're finished. So I'll sprinkle a little bit of delay set powder in here.
Oh, sorry, bud.
It's all right. Just like so, a little bit at the back. Like so. Add a little bit of water. Right on, thank you. No, it shoots clean. This way when we pump out, we get some of that retarder into the lines, and when I go to do my pack up, if I have any issues, this will buy me an extra 20-30 minutes to figure it out. So I got the hopper pumped down ish, and it's pretty caked up because we're in shotcrete here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my lid within a lid, throw this in. I'll drop down my other lid, so when that air comes back, we don't get a big splash. If I were not washing out on site here, I'd throw a bunch more sugar in that hopper right now, and I would get my shovel, I'd knock the sides, and I'd mix it all up. But I'm just going to take these lines back into the hopper and I'll wash out right here, so I'm not super concerned about that. So we're ready to go. All right, so we got our blowout cap equipped with air pressure gauge. 2-inch sponge ball. I'm going to throw this in the end of the hose, the cap on, hook the air up, give her about 20 pounds, pump in reverse, take it all the way back. All right, sponge is in, pump is in reverse at a moderate pace. We'll hit the air. Oh, it's a little too much. Come down a bit. You want to keep it right around 30. We don't, nothing too crazy here.
Yeah, either resin or float it in. You can like.
I'm just going to keep this cracked just a hair.
Yeah.
Just like so. And we're going to follow the sponge back here, all the way to the truck. No need for full air pressure. And this is just rocking back. Just like that, we are empty. Oh, daddy. That makes us very happy. So all the line is clean. The hopper is, let's have a look here. It's going to be full. Yep. Now all I do is break the hoses, throw them back on the truck. No fuss, no muss. We'll wash out right here. And that'll be a wrap. I've done about a million washout videos, so I'm gonna forego that today. Let's take one last look at what they're doing here. How cool is that? Anyhow, that will be it for today. Once again, thank you for following along. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Alright, now I know I said I wasn't going to film a washout again, but this one I just got to. This is like the most prime ever example of a washout where you'll be happy to use bentonite and dirt. So that's why I've dumped out the trap door. And that's what remains. So maybe I'll throw this in time lapse here, as not to bore you too much. Alright, so as you can see in the time lapse footage, That was all done with water pressure. Zero hammer, rebar, shovel, none of that. It's that whole side nice and clean. And it looked like that before. So anyhow, yeah, I can't emphasize enough the benefit of using bentonite to coat the sides of the hopper and a bucket of dirt or soil under the large bearing under the S-tube, especially for doing shotcrete. So, okay, now that's really it for the day. Over and out. It's good.
I think I'm gonna ride it. It's like, well, I might have to go. Oh.
That's how it's done.